Welcome to the Embodiment Conference. This is truly an epic event that is raising awareness and revealing just how much is happening in the world of embodiment. And this gives me hope about where we're heading as a people. I'm Amara Pagano. I'm the founder of Azul, a conscious movement path of personal transformation. I work with the body and the power of movement to awaken love and consciousness. Embodiment is a key to my work, and the journey of embodying the map of Azul is what facilitates the process of self-realization. I'm excited to sponsor the Dance and Creativity channel to share my love of movement and to celebrate the power that it has to serve our collective evolution. If you are interested in awakening your deepest potential or curious about the spiritual and healing aspects of embodiment, I encourage you to check out Azul. Everyone is welcome. I work with people who love movement and people who have never moved. Follow the link and you'll find 3 gifts for you: a 50-minute Azul journey, a special discount on our online embodiment training, and a free month in our upcoming membership program. So come, check out the Path of Azul. I'll be presenting on the main stage here and in the Dance and Creativity channel, and I hope to see you there. For now, enjoy the richness of the presentation you're about to see.
So what does a dancer do after an injury? Well, a dancer tries a different embodiment field. So she learned, trained in shiatsu and eventually taught at a school she founded. And then later, once her daughter was diagnosed with, is it Rett disorder?
Rett syndrome, yeah.
She ended up trying to find relief from her own anxiety and developed her own form of dance based upon her knowledge of Qi flow and traditional Chinese medicine. It eventually came to be known as Wu Tao, the dancing way. So it was conceived in 2001, and now there are instructors throughout the world. It's experienced as a flowing dance that restores balance. So it follows the Chinese medicine system of the 5 elements and the flow of vital energy. So Michelle Locke, we're excited to hear more about Release, Restore, and Heal.
Well, it's a real pleasure to be here, I have to say, and I'm here from Western Australia, Perth, Western Australia. Excuse me, I've got a croak in my throat, just the thought of speaking. Thank you for that lovely introduction, Carrie. I guess what I'd like to say about Wu Tao is that, excuse me, got a croak right now, is that it's a movement-based meditation which has spiritual, physical, mental, emotional benefits, because I'm so sorry. Because Chinese medicine as a system is very holistic. And what we're working with is we're looking at what's going on in the body and what's going on energetically. So I did mention in my brief that we're looking at how we can balance the nervous system. So stress is such a big part of our lives these days, and we all suffer from it at some form or other. And what Wu Tao does really well is it helps us calm down our nervous system, and in that way we can find that sense of balance and give us more energy into our lives. So how Chinese medicine works is that we have this beautiful system of reconnecting to nature. So they have this lovely way of looking at the balance of elements, and how that relates to our body is that the elements all have organs and meridians or lines of energy in our bodies. And what Wu Tao does is it works to free up and balance that energy through this system, this energy system or meridian system. I'm sure lots of you guys in this workshop are already familiar with that, because I think many people that are coming to this embodiment conference are already well on their way to finding a way to work with the body and are already on that path. I guess the thing that's been most precious to me for Wu Tao is it has been a path of spiritual practice. Wu Tao is what I do as my spiritual practice. It's where I take and offer up all my disturbances, all the burdens and the things that I have going on in my day, I take to my Wu Tao class. And it's really like an offering. It's an offering to life and saying, this is what I have, and I want to give it to you so that life force, the chi, can work to transform that and offer it back to you in a balanced, natural way. So it's actually reconnecting with the natural elements. And one of the things that we use in Wu Tao is we use a lot of visualization. So as we do the dances, which are actually choreographed dances, and we're working with the meridians and the particular organs, we are embodying and visualizing the element that we're working with. So for example, later on today, we're going to be, or in this hour, we're going to be learning a dance called the air dance. And the air dance works with the lungs, the large intestine organs. It relates to the emotion of grief. The whole purpose of the energy in this element in Chinese medicine is to help us release and let go. So our job when we do the dance, our only purpose is really is to embody that quality. And so what we are really embodying as we do the dances is the natural qualities of nature that are already within us. So we're moving away from the ways we might force ourselves into life. We might fight, we might try, we might use a lot of effort, and returning to the natural flow of the life force through us. Has anyone got any questions before I move on that I can answer before we get into some practical experience of that? I'm not sure where I'll see them.
There haven't been any placed in the Q&A just yet. At the bottom of your screen, you should see a Q&A box.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, I might pop that over there.
We've got a good number of folks here and lots of people in the chat saying that, let's see here. Allison said, lovely to be here for your presentation. So
thank you, Alison. Good to have you here. She's also Western Australia. Okay, so we'll move straight into, I always like to start a session with a little meditation just as a focus. So if you would like to just make yourselves comfortable wherever you're sitting, and you can close your eyes and take some nice deep breaths. Nice deep breaths. And as you're exhaling, letting go of any tension in your body, in your muscles. Relaxing through your neck and your shoulders. Relaxing your skin. Just taking that relaxation all the way down into your belly, into your solar plexus, your hips, your legs. Breathing out any tension in your muscles. And as you're breathing, just noticing where in your body you're holding onto any tension that might manifest as a sense of imbalance or pain, tension, restriction. And without changing anything, just take some more deep breaths into those spaces. No judgment, just letting your body soften. And opening your skin, relaxing, opening your skin so that you can receive. And wherever you are in the world right now, just opening yourself to receive what you need to receive from this presentation. Now take your awareness into your chest area, into your heart. Nice deep breaths. Just softening, opening around your heart and just reflecting on how you're feeling in this moment. Maybe reflecting back on the last day or so, becoming aware of any conflicts, anything that's been disturbing you, burdening your heart. And again, without changing anything, just letting it all be there. Just noticing. And opening to allowing what's there to be there. Notice any anxieties, any fears, concerns, worries, grief. And taking a nice deep breath into your heart one more time and just allowing it to be open. Open to receiving exactly what you need in this session. And now take your awareness to your mind. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, imagine that all your thoughts are drifting away on your breath, allowing some space to arise in your mind. And if there's any persistent thoughts, just noticing without judgment. And now with everything that you've become aware of in your body, your heart, your mind, just set your intention to allow and to invite the life force to work with you in restoring balance through your system. And Wu Tao is all about becoming open and allowing the energy to flow, to releasing restriction, but in an easy way with no effort. We just give it over to the movements, to the dance. And all the dances are specifically composed, choreographed, to help you free up the movement through the particular channels and meridians. So if you're ready now, you can open your eyes. And, oh my goodness, croaky voice. We'll move into doing some of the movements. So Wu Tao is, it's choreographed movement. All the music is original. It's composed by my partner who I met, Steve Richter, who I met when I was actually creating the dances. Actually, I created the dances and then I wanted someone to compose original music for me. So Steve Richter has done all the gorgeous music, so it is our copyright. But I really hope you enjoy it. So what we'll do first is we'll start with a little warm-up, and then we'll go into a dance that you can follow along with. And then I'd like to share one of the dances that I can actually teach you the movements and give you a bit more explanation for. Does that sound okay? Yeah? Okay, so let's get up. And we're going to just start. So find a space in your, wherever you are, in your living area. We're going to start with a little shake. And this just gently helps to get the chi flowing down through the body. It's a very simple way to get the chi flowing, first of all. You can take some nice deep breaths. You can take that shake into your elbows, into your shoulders. Let's bring it down through our torso, into our legs. I hope that sounds okay because I've got Bluetooth on for the first time. Little shake, shaking out all the tension. You can move your head around a little bit if you like. And then we're going to come and place our hands on our belly. Going to relax our knees a little bit. Just open your feet into the floor, into the earth. And we're going to take some nice deep breaths. So pulling your breath, filling up your lungs, and pulling your breath all the way down into your belly, also called the hara. And as you exhale, releasing all the tension in your body, relaxing your knees. So nice deep breaths. Pulling your breath all the way down to your hands, over your navel, and breathing out. Again, breathing in, breathing out, relaxing, and breathing in. And you can imagine that you've got a big golden ball in your belly that's expanding as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, that golden ball is becoming solid and bright. And in this way, we can build our store of chi. So breathing in one more time. And breathing out. Relaxing our arms down. Let's do another little shake. Shaking down to your fingertips, into your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders, down through your torso. You can shake out a leg down to your toenails. Just seeing if you can get the chi moving all the way down. This really helps to free up the life force energy. You can do some little shoulder rolls just to open and free up the shoulders. One more shoulder roll, and then let's put our hands on our belly again and some nice deep breaths. Relax your knees, open your feet into the floor, into the earth. So breathing in, imagine you've got a big golden ball in your belly, and as you pull your breath down, that golden ball is expanding, filling up with light. And as you exhale, that golden ball is becoming solid and bright. Breathing in and breathing out. One more deep breath. And breathing out and relax. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll go into a dance which combines all the different meridians through the body. We call this the easy dance or the wisdom dance. We use this a lot. I use this dance a lot with people who are in residential aged care and in various communities that may have mobility issues. So we can just follow along with this dance. Okay, I'm going to pop the music on. Carrie, if that level's okay, just give me a thumbs up, and if I need to turn the volume down, let me know, okay? Is that okay? Okay, so just bring your feet together, and we're going to bend our knees first, and arms are going to come up, and we're going to go up onto a half toe,
Michelle,
and then down. Yep.
you can't hear it at all.
You can't hear me at all. Oh,
We
no.
can hear you. We can't hear the music.
Oh, dear. Hold on.
Take your time.
You're going to need to reshare it since I kicked you out earlier.
Is that better? Can you hear that?
If you need to go into the share screen and share audio settings again.
Okay. Turn on? Okay. Sorry. How did that happen? How's that? Can you hear?
Not yet.
No music, no sound?
Mm-mm.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. I don't know what happened then because we had it before, didn't we?
We did it.
We did
So-
test.
if you click the share screen on the bottom of your screen, go to advanced and then share audio, and then you should have
Okay.
the same settings as before. Yep, that's correct. It should be able to hear it now.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what happened there. How's
Perfect.
that? Oh, thank you. Okay, here we go. So we're going to bend our knees first of all, and our arms are going to come up like a beautiful bird, just flying up, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in. Now we're going to drop to one side. You can just follow me on the screen. And the other side. And up. And both arms come down. And up. Down to one side. And the other side. And up. Both arms down. And now we do both arms in a big backstroke movement, opening up the chest. And then we do forward backstroke with one arm first. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we do both arms together. Put a little space between your legs. We link our thumbs behind our back like that, and we drop forwards. Now drop your arms to the floor and roll up through your spine. Now we sway to one side, other side, 2 more. We step to one side, circle the arms around. One arm keeps going, just following me, and then sideways and back. Other side now. And this is working on the kidney and the bladder. Step to the side, circle the arms. One arm keeps going, little side bend. Now we do a little bend as much as you can, and we stretch out. This is good for the liver and the gallbladder. We circle the arms, step together, stretch out with both arms. Back the other way. And close. Crossing the arms up. And again, cross. Little bend. Now we breathe in. Bring all that energy into your belly. Turn your palms now. Bring the energy up to your belly button. One arm goes up, one arm goes down. Into the center, breathing in. Both arms around. Cool. So that is a little warm-up dance, which basically gets the energy flowing through all the individual meridians in Chinese medicine, excuse me, which are connected to all the organs. So that felt good. That's great to hear. So what I thought I'd do now is teach you one of the dances of the 5 elements. So that's one that is just a little warm-up dance, really, and one we use in, especially with people with mobility issues. We can do that, a sitting version of that dance, which is really nice. So what I thought we'd do now is I'll teach you one of the dances that we do, and I thought we'd start with the air dance. So the air dance in Chinese medicine relates to the element of metal. We call it air because we're working with the energy and the meridians of the lungs and the large intestine. So in Chinese medicine, the metal element, and I'll refer to it as air because that's what we call it in Wu Tao, works on the emotion of grief. So it is really a lot about how we process and move through transitions, okay? Because we are always moving from one state to the next. Just as we do when we breathe. We take a breath in, we take a breath out, we have to let it go. When we eat, it has to move through our body, right? So the large intestine is another the organ that we work with. So again, you can't hold on to stuff. It's just not helpful. So this air dance is a really, really good way to help us move into the present, to let go and complete the past, and to help us move through grief and into that state of surrendered acceptance, really, of life and to be right in the present. So it's a really lovely dance to do, actually. So the meridians that we're working on when we do the dance, in Chinese medicine, if I put my arm out like that, the lung meridian starts in here, and it flows all the way down to your arm, to your thumb, right? Goes down to your thumb. And the large intestine starts on your index finger and flows up and comes around up the side of the face and comes onto the other side of the nostril. So we're doing lots of movements like we did in the beginning of that last dance that help to move the energy through these meridians. So there's a lovely feeling of surrender. And we use these images during the dance of being a bird, being carried along by the air, and we use our breath a lot. So there's some, and the other image that we use in this dance that's really lovely is the image of a tree in autumn. In Chinese medicine, the seasons are very important. And what we are really doing is embodying the natural state of our own nature. We have a cycle. We have cycles within cycles. And there's an autumn time in our life. You know, the autumn time is all about being able to release. You know, and it comes in different times. But if you look in terms of the life cycle, the autumn time is usually that transition. Well, actually, I do say that it's the first season of autumn is when we come from spirit into the body, into conception. But then there also is the other time at the end of life where you're moving out of the body and back into spirit. I hope that makes sense. So, are you ready to go into the dance? Yeah, and I'll take you through it. We'll talk it through very quickly first, and then we'll do it with the music. So, we start just like we did before. I'm just going to keep an eye on the time there. We keep our feet are just parallel. So we're doing lots of bending and stretching onto half toe, just like we did at the beginning of that last little dance. Lots of those. And we do some of these. So we're breathing in, always use the breath, breathing in, breathing out. We do two of these, breathing in, breathing out. We breathe in. We drop down to one side, and we think that we're reaching from fingertip to fingertip, and the other side. And we repeat that, breathing in and out. Breathing in, bending down to one side, just like we did at the beginning of that last dance. Breathing in and out. And now we move into that back stroke that we also did before. And we do one arm, the other arm. We do both arms together. And this is where you imagine you're that beautiful tree in autumn and you're dropping away all the dead leaves off your tree. And now we link our thumbs behind our back like this. And we go into this stretch. So we drop our body forward, relax your knees, and bring your arms up over your head. Relax your neck. Now drop your arms to the floor. We're going to come up, turn to one side, step onto that leg, and open your palms so they come 45. So if I was facing you like this, you turn to the side, you have your arms out to the side. Then you bring your arms up, turn to the other side, open your arms, close your back foot in, one arm comes up, and we do a little side bend. And we repeat all that to the other side. 1, 2, both arms together. Release everything. That beautiful tree in autumn. Link your thumbs, drop your body forwards, and relax for a moment. Now we come up, we step onto one foot and open the arms 45 degrees from the body, and that is because that's where the meridians are most stimulated in these positions. Close your back foot in, and we bend sideways and back. I'm just stepping back a little bit so I've got room to show you the next step. So now we're going to turn, doesn't really matter which way, but we're going to turn to the right. Step onto your right foot, but if it's mirroring, it may be a bit difficult. So just do whichever way you're going. And we have one arm goes back, and we come up, and we drop forwards. So I'll show you again in this step up. We do this 8 times, and the second arm comes around and forward. So we go around like a little circle, and we're breathing in, and we're breathing out, and we're breathing in and out. And what we're doing is we're like gathering everything up that we need to release, gather, and then we're giving it to the earth. So breathing in, and then giving it to the earth. We've got 2 more to make 8, that's 7, and the last one, we gather, and this time we just pivot around until we come back and we're facing. We normally do this in a circle, into the circle again, into your centre. Then we come back to this section again. Imagine that we're that beautiful tree in autumn. The wind is coming. It's taking away all our dead leaves. We drop forwards. We come up again, the same as we did before. This movement. Other side. Close your back foot in. Side bend. Repeat one more time. Back. Back. Both arms. Release. Link your thumbs, drop down. Come up to one side, open. Other side, open. Side bend. And that is the end of the dance. And just to finish, we step into the centre. We fly like a beautiful bird one last time. We reach up to the sun. And then we breathe out. And this time we're going to drop all the way down onto the floor. And we're going to imagine that we're going into the water element. We just wrap ourselves round into a tiny little ball, like a new seed in the earth. And that becomes the beginning of the water dance. So would you guys like to try that with the music now? Okay. So we're moving into the air dance. So just find your space. So close your eyes. Just feel the air circulating around you, becoming light like the air. And we're going to fly like a beautiful bird. So breathing in now. And breathing out. Every breathe out, I let go. Letting go of everything that you've been carrying. And breathing out. Breathing in. You're going to drop down to one side. And the other side. And up. And down. Again, breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. And release as you breathe out. Nothing to hold on to. We're going to do one arm back now, like a release back, letting go of everything, like all the dead leaves off the tree in autumn. Release. Sink your thumbs behind your back, drop forward, so that's your knees, your neck, your head. Coming up, turn to one side, step, open. Turn to the other side now. Step, open. Close your back foot in. One arm comes up, then sideways. Other arm back, release. Both arms back. Deep release, letting go. Link your thumbs, drop forwards. Coming up. Breathing in and out. Breathing in. Step. Out. Close the back foot in. Side bend. Now turn to the right. We go round the circle on your right foot first. We gather everything up and we offer it to the earth. Again, onto the left. Round the circle for 8. Breathing in and out. You can think about all the things that you're releasing. Bring them to your mind and release them as easy as the leaves off the tree. Last one. Coming back to the center now. Backstroke, other side, both arms. Everything dropping away. Link your thumbs, drop forwards. Coming up, turn to one side, step, open, other side, step, open, one arm up, side bend. Last time now. Release, nothing to hold on to, coming right into the present moment. Free, link your thumbs. Coming up now to the side. Other side. Side bend. Now we step in. Breathing in, fingertips are going to reach up to touch the sun. We're going to drop out of the air element now. We're going to drop all the way down into the next element, which is the water, curled up in a little tiny seed. I just saw some comments then, Swan Lake. So when you're ready to come off the floor, if you're not already. Yeah, so I'm just looking at some of the comments coming up. Yeah, it is meant to be flowing. And there's all kinds of different dance, obviously, and what is really lovely about Wu Tao, what I enjoy about doing it myself, is that it is very flowing. So even though that dance is quite slow, some of the other dances in the sequence have got a lot more of a beat. For example, when we do the wood element dance, we imagine that we're a tree, and there's lots of different music. I'm just going to give you a little taste of some of the music in the wood dance. I won't do it all because we don't have time. But just for you give a different sense of what that music sounds like.
I would say you're safe to turn the volume up just a smidge. Too.
Oh, okay, great. How's that? Yeah? So this is a wood which has lots of drums, it has voice, and it's working on the liver and the gallbladder, which has a completely different feel to what you're doing when you're working on the lungs, which are all about release. The wood element in Chinese medicine is the energy that tends towards getting blocked and stagnant. So what we're wanting to do is free up that energy. So there's a lot of stretching, and we're going to do lots of deep bends, and we're visualizing there's some free improvisation where we visualize that we're a tree and we dance the tree into being. And by dancing the tree into being, we are becoming that tree. We're freeing up the chi, whether that chi be blocked in our roots, our connections to the earth, where we feel nourished, where we feel loved, where we're receiving, or whether it's in our trunk, our connection to the world and other people, whether we're feeling flexible, whether we're feeling impatient, intolerant. These are all energies of the wood element. So that's the music for the wood. It's calming. This is the calm piece. This is the rest element now in the wood dance. So that's a little taste of the wood. I've got a few more minutes left, and I thought just to finish that little sequence up, it's not a great big long time to do stuff, but I thought again I'd come back to doing a little meditation. And really, when we're doing Wu Tao, what we're really wanting to do is have that sense of deep connection and reconnection to the flow of life that we have really never left. Okay, so if we think about life and what it is, in Chinese medicine they say that in the beginning there was the one, and the one became two, and the two became all things. So we are all of that. So I guess the deepest teaching that I got from doing Wu Tao, it was the teaching that came to me before I actually went into it from my experience with my daughter who was very ill, was that everything in life, everything we are offered, we are completely safe and held and loved in that. And if we can open ourselves to receiving it completely, we will have the skills to be able to transform that and work with that and create something else that's still magical. So for me, the gift of Wu Tao is to be able to not resist what's happening in life. It's to be able to take in everything, just like life does now. I mean, you know, a river flows down and it flows over a rock, and it manages to flow over a rock. A tree grows and its roots go deep, but if it hits a rock, it still keeps weaving around it and finding a way. Life will find a way, and life finds a way through us. So I'm really hoping that Wu Tao will somehow, you know, be able to offer that to people who find it useful in terms of a movement and a practice that helps restore some of that peace and balance in our lives. So I'd like to finish with meditation, if that's okay. So again, make yourself comfortable. And Carrie, when we start the music, could you just give me a heads up if it's too loud or quiet again? So making yourself comfortable, taking some nice deep breaths. So breathing in, breathing out, releasing all the tension in your body, relaxing your muscles. And just imagine now that you are floating on a river. It's a beautiful, flowing river. It's flowing gently and slowly through the landscape. And it's carrying you along. And there's nothing for you to do but relax, trust, and go with that flow. Just enjoying the vista all around you. The nature. The river is carrying you past the hills and the mountains. Through the valleys. Through the forests. It's just you and the river. flowing together through the landscape. And indeed, it's the landscape of your life. And you are completely safe, because you and the river, you and the life force are one. And the more you relax, the more you surrender to the flow, the more peace the more ease you have in your body, in your mind and your heart. There's no time or space. There's just you and the life force flowing together. Peace. Deep peace. So just enjoying that little space, that little moment of peace, and remembering that it's always there with you. It's just giving ourselves the opportunity, the time to feel it, to reconnect. Life is always there for you. And so when you're ready, just gently moving your body, opening your eyes, can you hear me, Carrie?
Yes, lovely. So we do have a question, and I feel like I have an answer personally. The question's from Stephanie. How does this help with anxiety or depression, for example? Obviously the meditation's clear, but the movement component.
The dance. Okay. So from a Chinese medicine point of view, anxiety and depression can be caused by a lot of different things. So I could give it quite a long-winded answer, but I'll try to keep it concise. But depending on whether it's triggered by an emotional or a physical or a mental issue, for example, you could fall into a state of depression because of a big loss that you had. Okay, talking about depression. It could be a big loss, like what I went through. Or it could be, depression can also be caused by an imbalance in the wood energy, in the liver. Okay, so the liver is, in the energy in Chinese medicine, is the liver that is important for the free flow of qi and blood through the body, but it's very susceptible to emotional stress. So if you are under a lot of stress at work or in your home life, that constricts the liver chi. And when the liver chi can't flow, it's like you've got something on top of your head and you cannot move forwards. You just cannot access the energy. So you're going to have increased tiredness. You want to do stuff, but you can't. You'll probably feel irritable, angry, grumpy, intolerant, impatient. The best example of that I can get, and for women in particular, that can manifest as premenstrual tension. So that is a sign of liver imbalance. In the general population, I like to look at road rage, for example, as an example of stuck liver chi. Okay? You get people that are on the road and they're just like, it's my turn, I'm going to go first, and out of my way. That is the typical symptom of liver imbalance, is road rage. That's just one example. I'm sure you guys can come up with your own. So how Wu Tao works is that you are bringing all your stuff into the dance process. So that's why I like to do a meditation at the beginning of my classes, and I get us to reflect, and I do it myself. I use it for myself. It's like, where is my energy stuck now? What's not happening? Where am I? Are my shoulders sore? What am I irritable about? And I upset with that lady at work, that I'm a nurse as well, that patient at work that said something nasty to me, and I'm still carrying that. Am I having an argument with my partner? Is there something going on that's disturbing my chi, disturbing my energy in some way? Whatever it is, in whatever form it is, that's what we take into the dance. And all the dances are geared to take you through a cycle. In Chinese medicine, there's this lovely cycle. It's called the mother-son cycle, or the supportive cycle. And as you release the energy through one element, that naturally flows on and brings energy to the next element. So, for example, we just did the air dance then, the first one, which is related to grief and release. So once we free up the energy in that particular element, in those meridians in the body, that energy naturally flows down so that you can rebuild your energy in the water element, which is the kidneys. So each element nourishes each other. So you have this flow-on cycle of energy, and you can access that energy. So if you have energy blocked in one element, for example, in your liver, when you free that up, you're going to feel more positive. I can literally guarantee that 100%, having been through it myself. When I first started creating Wu Tao, and I was under a lot of stress, my daughter being very, very ill, I was under so much stress, I can't even tell you, because it was just ridiculous. We were up all night, she was spitting all night, having seizures. It was so filled with worry and anxiety, and this was continuous for years and years. But when I was creating Wu Tao and I started doing my classes, and I went from doing one class to 7 in about a month, because it kind of took off in WA very fast, and my body was not used to doing this much and moving this much energy. But I looked back 6 months later and I went, oh my God, I'm actually not grumpy anymore. Like, I feel positive now. I feel like my energy changed. So it really made a huge difference to me. And I have to say that for me personally in my life, if it wasn't for Wu Tao, I think I would probably have gone insane, because it's just a practice where you are actually releasing and offering everything up that you've got going on. It becomes your spiritual practice, and it's a dance. You don't even have to think about it. You just take it into the dance form. The dance is a choreograph, because I come from a classical ballet background, and I love to do a choreographed dance, and also I know the meridians. So the dances are specifically choreographed to move the chi, to move the flow in the particular way that it's meant to move through those meridians in the body. So that's really how it works. So you can take everything in, and it really does help. I mean, I have people come into my classes, and people all around the world that are teaching, and if it's a right fit for you, it works really, really well. I'm just looking at, there's another question. What does the lightness in shoulders, what does the tightness in shoulders mean? That can often be related to, well, there's a few meridians that cross through there. So mostly I would say that it's, you might find that tension from sitting at computers all the time, but that is going to affect your liver chi most importantly. It can also affect your digestive system, because you have some small intestine meridians that cross over your shoulders. So mostly it's small intestine, some gallbladder energy around there, and the liver around the shoulders that's going to cause tension. So the wood dance is probably one of the most powerful dances to do. Sore in the shoulders. Oh, good. The dance really helped. Yeah. Yeah, the air dance is really good because we're doing lots of opening up the shoulders. We're also opening up the chest, where we've got the lungs are a big part of that, where we hold on to grief, where we hold on to the past. You know, it's all around the chest. So this movement, I mean, you can just do that without doing it, because it's really nice to do it to the music and imagine you're that beautiful tree, you know, letting go of all your dead leaves, you know, just letting them go. And then you come back with a lightness to your life. It's like, yes, I did that, because you're doing it for you. There's no one else you're doing it for. You're going, yes, I let go of that. I'm done with that experience, or I'm done with the feelings that I have about that. So you can take everything into the dance. And just one last thing. I mean, I take everything in there. Absolutely everything. That's why we do the reflection at the beginning. What's going on in my life right now? Is there someone I want to punch in the head? Let me take that person through with the dance. You know, is there somewhere where I'm feeling really, really devastatingly sad? Well, that's, for a lot of people right now, anxiety and sadness is very common. So, you know, Wu Tao is a really beautiful vehicle to say, I can process this. And also remembering that life is always there. It would always help us transform and rebalance that energy if we allow it. This is not something outside of us. This is what we're capable of. This is life force. We are that. It's in us. So it gives us, it's a freedom of creativity, a freedom of expression, and it's empowering to dance. I think I'm almost coming to the end, am I?
Yeah, so I'm looking at the chat, and I think it's safe to say that there has been release, restoration, and healing through Wu Tao here this hour. Thank you so much for sharing your chi with us. It was so lovely. If you could give us a 30-second golden nugget to take away, what would it be?
I did have some that I thought about, then I forgot what I was going to say. Free your chi. Free your chi. Chi is the life force. Just free it.
Free your chi and the healing will follow. You all, our time has come to an end, but we put the links in the chat. You can find Michelle online. Also, if you want to watch this presentation again, maybe you want to really get that choreography down, you can do that for 48 hours for free. And of course, I have to tell you, I've upgraded. If I were you, I would upgrade. It's 1,000 people. I'm learning so much from this, getting an opportunity to try different presenters. So I would encourage you, if you have any financial means to help make this conference free for so many people, that you take advantage of that.
And
Anna, did I?
more about Wu Tao? Sorry.
No, please
Go to the website. Yeah, I didn't actually say anything about the website, but Wu Tao Dance, WUTAODANCE.com. There's lots of information there. There's lots of programs and courses, and you can find a teacher maybe close to you. So thank you for having me.